Welcome back to Sir Boats Yacht, your go-to channel for all things floating on water, from luxury yachts to humble ferries and everything in between. Today, we're diving into something a little different but equally fascinating. We're talking about the narrowboat. A classic icon of British inland waterways, the narrowboat isn't just a vessel. It's a lifestyle, a slow cruise through history, a floating home, and an adventure waiting to happen. Whether you're a seasoned boater, someone dreaming of the canal life, or just here out of curiosity, stick around. We're about to take a deep look at what makes a narrowboat special, from its design and build to how it performs on the water and why it's such a charming and enduring part of maritime culture. Let's begin with a closer look at the key features that define a narrowboat. The most distinguishing feature, of course, is its width. True to its name, a narrowboat typically measures just 6 feet 10 inches wide, making it perfectly suited to navigate the narrow locks and canals of the United Kingdom. In terms of length, they can vary widely from around 30 feet to over 70 feet, depending on the intended use. Some are day cruisers, others are full-time liveaboards. The hull is usually made of steel, although older or custom builds might feature wood or even fiberglass. But steel remains the most popular for its durability and strength. Narrowboats are primarily built for inland waterways rather than open water. That means they're optimized for stability, slow-speed maneuverability, and comfort over long periods rather than speed or rough water performance. You won't be blasting across the sea in a narrowboat, but you will be gliding peacefully along canals, under low bridges, and through picturesque countryside.
Most narrowboats are diesel-powered, with engines ranging from 20 to 50 horsepower. This might seem small for a vessel that long, but on the canal system, slow and steady wins the race. The engine is typically located in the stern and drives a single propeller. There are also hybrid and fully electric narrowboats on the rise, offering quiet operation and reduced emissions, perfect for those looking to reduce their environmental footprint.
One of the key appeals of the narrowboat is its cozy, customizable interior.
Because of the limited width, interior layouts are designed for efficient use of space. A typical layout might start with a saloon or lounge area at the bow, often featuring a wood-burning stove, comfortable seating that doubles as storage, and large windows for taking in the view. Next comes the galley. That's the kitchen, which is usually compact but well-equipped, with a stove, sink, refrigerator, and plenty of storage for long trips.
Following the galley, you'll often find a bathroom or wet room with a toilet, sink, and shower.
Some higher-end models might even include composting toilets, heated towel rails, and tiled floors. Finally, the bedroom is typically located at the stern or sometimes in the middle of the boat for balance. Beds are often custom-fitted, either full-sized or three-quarter size, depending on the space. Many owners get creative with fold-away beds, bunks, or converting lounges into sleeping areas to maximize versatility.
Storage is cleverly integrated throughout the boat. Under-seat compartments, overhead cupboards, and even space beneath the floorboards are put to use. In liveaboard narrowboats, every inch matters, and designers do an excellent job of squeezing out every bit of usable room without compromising comfort.
Aesthetically, narrowboats often carry a traditional look that harks back to their historical roots. That means colorful painted designs, ornate signwriting, and sometimes even roses and castles, a folk art style that's unique to canal culture. But modern narrowboats can also lean into contemporary design, with sleek interiors, minimalist finishes, and all the mod cons you'd expect in a small apartment. It's a choose-your-own adventure in terms of style.
Performance-wise, narrowboats are not built for speed.
On most canals, there's a strict speed limit of 4 miles per hour. That's walking pace, and it's by design. The goal isn't to get somewhere fast, but to enjoy the journey. At these speeds, handling becomes all about subtlety and finesse. Steering is done via a tiller at the stern, which directly moves the rudder. It can take some getting used to, especially since the response time is slow compared to cars or smaller boats. But once you get the hang of it, it's deeply satisfying. Because canals are narrow and often busy with other boats, walkers, and cyclists, situational awareness is key. Narrowboats usually don't have bow thrusters, though larger or more modern ones might. That means turning and docking require patience, practice, and sometimes teamwork. But therein lies part of the charm. it's not about high-octane thrills but developing a rhythm with the water and the boat itself. Modern narrowboats also come with all sorts of tech upgrades. Solar panels are popular, especially for those who spend a lot of time off-grid. They can help power lights, appliances, and even charge laptops or run TVs. Inverter systems allow for 240 volts power, giving you the ability to use household electronics on the go. Central heating systems, diesel heaters, and even underfloor heating can be found on more luxurious builds. It's a far cry from the image of narrowboats as damp and drafty.
Now let's talk about what makes a narrowboat truly unique. First and foremost, it's the connection to the environment. There's something deeply peaceful about life on the water. Whether you're cruising past old stone bridges, mooring up next to a canal-side pub, or waking up to ducks tapping on your window, the narrowboat lifestyle is rich with simple pleasures.
Then there's the sense of community. The canal network is like a village that stretches across the country. Boaters look out for each other, share tips, offer help with locks, and generally embrace a slower, friendlier way of life. It's not unusual to strike up a conversation with a fellow boater and end up spending an evening swapping stories over a drink on the towpath. The other standout feature is the versatility. A narrowboat can be a holiday retreat, a weekend getaway vehicle, a full-time home, or even a traveling office. With housing prices soaring and remote work becoming more common, many are turning to narrowboats as a cost-effective and adventurous alternative to traditional living. Mooring fees and maintenance costs do add up, but compared to a house or apartment, it can be far more affordable. Let's not forget the historical aspect. Narrowboats are an evolution of the working boats that once carried goods along Britain's canals. The canals themselves are marvels of engineering, some dating back to the 1700s. Cruising along these routes feels like stepping back in time. You're traveling at the same speed, often on the same water, as traders did centuries ago. There's a romance to that, a living link to the past that no other form of transport can offer. Of course, narrowboats aren't for everyone. Space is limited, the lifestyle is slower, and maintenance can be time-consuming. You've got to empty the toilet tank, manage your water supply, and keep the hull in good condition to avoid rust. But for those who embrace it, the rewards are more than worth it. The freedom to travel without leaving home, the joy of a fire-lit evening aboard, the satisfaction of mastering your vessel, it's hard to beat.
For those thinking about buying one, prices vary widely.
A small second-hand narrowboat might cost £20,000 to £30,000, while a brand new luxury model could easily top £100,000. Many boaters choose to buy a shell and fit it out themselves, either for cost savings or to create a bespoke floating home. It's not an easy task, but it can be incredibly rewarding. There's also a thriving market for rentals and boat shares, so if you're not ready to commit, you can still get a taste of the lifestyle. In summary, the narrowboat is more than just a boat. It's a lifestyle, a cultural icon, and a unique way to explore the UK's rich network of inland waterways. It offers a blend of tradition and innovation, simplicity and complexity, solitude and community. For those drawn to its charm, the narrowboat becomes more than a vessel, it becomes a companion on a journey through both water and life.
So whether you're watching from your desk dreaming of canal-side mornings or seriously considering your first boat purchase, we hope this video helped you understand what makes the narrowboat so special. If you've got questions about owning one, living aboard, or canal cruising in general, drop them in the comments. We'd love to help. That wraps up our deep dive into the world of narrowboats here on Sir Boats Yacht. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next maritime adventure. Until then, keep cruising slow and smooth, and we'll see you on the water.